Hey there, hero. It's David H. Lawrence, the 17th, and in a recent video I talked about being trained in neurolinguistic programming, or NLP, to the level where if I wanted to be, I could be an NLP practitioner, I could open up a little practice, I could help people arrive at some decent conclusions about their actions and their emotions and sort of align those two, help them get along better with others and things like that. But one specific thing that I learned when I took NLP a few years ago was about the outcome frame. And the outcome frame is a process by which an NLP practitioner can lead a client through a series of questions that helps them clarify what they need to do to get from where they are now, which is usually stuck in some way, to where they want to be, which is a different level, right? And that video that I mentioned all this in, we talked about the very first question that an NLP practitioner would ask a client in the outcome frame, and that is, what do you want? And I'd asked you in the video to ask yourself that question, what do I want? And really take the time to understand that identifying something that you have some sort of control over getting, as opposed to a very massive what do I want that rarely do you have the control over. I want $1 million. Okay, well, let's break that down into smaller chunks of what do you want, right? That was the first question. What do I want if you're asking it yourself, or what do you want if you're asking somebody else? The second question is a doozy, because once you've identified that what do you want, this second question is kind of like, okay, well, let's take a look at that. Because the second question in the NLP outcome frame after what do you want is, what would having that do for you? Now, when you think about this, of course it depends on what you said when you answered the first question about what do you want. But what you'll find is that almost everything that people say they want, if it's followed up with the question of what will having that do for you, it's a lot bigger than you would think. Now, maybe the answer to your question is, I'd like to get along better with my kids. Or, as we said in the first video, I want a better relationship with my agent. What would having that do for you is the follow-on question. And it makes you think, why do I want what I say I want? I mean, on the face of it, it's pretty obvious. Everybody wants a good relationship with their agent, right? They want an agent that loves them. They want to love their agent. They want an agent that's really active, that gets them audition opportunities and bookings and gets them a great money for their stuff. And for those of you that don't have agents, you will someday, I promise you. It'll be fine. But insert something else in terms of agent, manager, or spouse, or kids, or parents, right? And that's just one slim category of what you want. But when you ask yourself, what would having that do for you? In the world of NLP, you don't ask that question just once, because let's just say you want a better relationship with your agent. What will having that do for you? Well, I won't feel so bad when I call them. Or if I have a better relationship with my agent, they'll like me better. And it's interesting because if you ask the question again, I'll feel better when I call them, and you ask that very same second question again, well, what will having that do for you? Having a better time when you call them. I'll feel better and I'll feel more at ease and more relaxed. Okay. And what will having that do for you? You see how this is an iterative thing? Well, if I feel more relaxed and I'm more at ease, then I'll be happier. Okay. It always seems to be that when you ask that question over and over and over again, you go from a low-level specific, what would having that do for you, to a much larger, much more immense, much more powerful feeling or state or way of existing. I'll feel loved. Because that's really the ultimate end goal of having a better relationship with your agent. I'll be appreciated. I'll feel safe. I'll be healthy. And even I'll be healthy. Like you say, what I want is to lose 20 pounds. What will having that do for you? Well, then I'll be healthier. And what will having that do for you? I'll feel accomplished. I'll feel safe. You know, it always seems to come back to sort of the critter brain. Am I safe? Am I safe? Am I safe? That very primitive part of our brain that constantly is checking for one thing. Are we dead yet? No? Okay, great. Let's keep checking. If we are, we can stop checking. I mean, that's one of the hilarious basic tenets of NLP and other ways of looking at how your brain works that I'm really, it humors me. But this notion of asking for what you want and then really testing that and saying, what will having that do for you, can lead you to think, maybe I don't want that. Maybe that's just something that other people think I should have or other people want, so maybe I should want them, right? Some people say, I want an agent. Well, if you've already got a lot of possibilities for your portfolio of opportunity, you may not need an agent. You may want one, but you may not need one. So that second question in the outcome frame is also worth asking. So again, here's some homework for you. Take the question of what do you want? Take the answer that you gave yourself. What do I want? I want this. And ask yourself, what would having that do for me? What would having that do for me? And once you answer that question, ask it again about the answer. Well, what would having that do for me? And see how far you can go. It's really interesting how powerful that process will be. Now, there's one more question that I'm going to share with you in a future video that takes what do I want and what would having that do for me and really packages it in something that is actionable to get what you want and to see what you want. Now that you've tested, you've declared what you want, now you've tested what you want, now we're going to take a look at one more question in an upcoming video that is going to be extraordinarily powerful, I promise you. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments below. If this is like way over your head, you don't care about any of this, okay, I get it. I think it's really powerful to ask yourself these questions. And also, if you're trying to help other people around you, people in your family, people that are friends of yours, people that are peers, just asking these questions without knowing how it all works can be fairly powerful. Because you're not giving advice, you're not telling them what to do, you're not telling yourself what to do, you're asking questions that clarify. And that can be really, really powerful. Let me know what you think about this in the comments below. I'd love to find out. If you want to join my list and know when these videos come out, we'd love to have you. Go ahead and fill out the form in the box at the very bottom of the page on voheroes.com where this video resides that says get on the list, and you'll be on the list. It'll be great. You want to be on the list? What do you want? I want to be on the list. What will having that do for you? Oh my gosh, I don't even know where to begin. Anyway, if that's what you'd like, please do that. I'm David H. Lawrence. I'm sorry. I'm David H. Lawrence, the 17th. I thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you tomorrow.